Catch the jump. Catch the falling jump. Catch him again. Die.
Yes! Show me your moves.
Now this set was fun. Honestly, this might have been the best set of the entire tournament. Like, this was just such good gameplay. We both had to, there was so much improvising from both of us. We both had really good moments. It was like really clean advantage state, really clean, consistent adaptation from both of us. Lots of creative counterplay to everything I have and everything that he has as well. This is where he starts bringing it back. Look at that spacing. That was so good. Yep, that was such good spacing. But yeah, this is a good example of what I look like when I'm playing with a lot of discipline. I have a tendency to get lost in the sauce sometimes, and I definitely need to work on that. I feel like I did a good job of not getting lost in the sauce in this set, though. And it paid dividends. I'm not doing anything crazy, really. Well, mostly. This is mostly just really good, fundamentally solid play from both of us. Like, if you like just more traditional Smash, no gimmick fests or anything like that, just solid spacing, solid adaptation, good movement, and like classic advantage state. That's what this set was, you know? God, Ned just refuses to die sometimes. Do you know how hard hitting this man is? Have any of you played Ned offline? He's so slippery. I had to work so hard just to hit this man once. He just has such tricky movement. Yeah. I was so sure that he was... So my reasoning for that was... From this position, I didn't think he was going to go for anything fancy. And I think that my thought was that he thought it would be far too risky for me to go for some fast wall option because none of them would kill. Except for maybe fast wall back air. But I wouldn't do that because that would probably kill myself, right? And it would be super easy to whiff punish. I thought that he'd be thinking that I'd be thinking that, and thus wouldn't go for it, which is why I decided to go for it in that position. But instead of drifting in, he just fell straight down for a little bit. Notice that? Just in case I did decide to go for it, he positioned himself so that it wouldn't matter. That's such a subtle thing, but it was really, really good presence of mind for him to not even fall back, but to just fall straight down for a little bit. Avoid that, and then go for the reverse octo slash there. Thankfully, I didn't commit hard enough to where I couldn't avoid that. So I was able to just barely squeeze away and not die. That was so brave. Holy shit. Look at this. So I didn't think he was going to keep holding shield, which is why I let go of the jabs there. So I was going to wait for him to go for some kind of option and then whiff punish it, right? But any of the options I could realistically throw out here, just kill him. But he had the presence of mind to just swap me. Instead of like play the guessing game of going for an evasive option and just trying not to get read by it. That was brave as Falcon. I respect it. Like, that was such a brave but smart option. I just wasn't ready for it.
Trying for the full charge octave slash, but no poke this time, and Fatality's ready for the roll get up to take him out with that back air.
But yeah, that was just a good ledge trapping moment. I knew he'd be scared of up B on the ledge because of all the up Bs I got earlier. So I thought to myself, the smartest thing he could go for in this position would be to roll in, because that dies to the least amount of options of all the different ways he can try to avoid up B. Which is why instead of going for up B, I act like I'm going to go for up B and then surprise go for back air instead, and it works.
The ledge trapping side.
This was such a good
Right,
set.
we saw it throughout this first stock specifically. Ned did not have any opportunity to
And that was a great edge guard too.
0% all the way to death. Not have any opportunity.
You see that drift I did with the neutral air?
First stock specifically. Ned
Look at this drift. The moment I do that little back drift, I'm signaling to my opponent that I'm going back for a ledge trap, which coaxes him to drift in, and then I drift back out, and he dies. You can even see it in Ned's face right there. He's like, like, he stayed composed about it, but like you can see it in his face that he's like, oh my god. I caught him off guard. He's not happy about it. That was another thing that made this set really good too, Cold Soup, was his DI on Falcon things was pretty immaculate. Like, I didn't really get any like crazy combos on him. Well, mostly not. I wouldn't say I caught this man slipping a single time, really. Like, all the things I hit him with, I had to like work for. I didn't like get any free good combos or like bad DI moments or extra damage in moments that I shouldn't. Like, he literally always got out of things as soon as he could. Every single time. No exceptions. So I got like the minimum damage I could pretty much every time I hit him.
Last stock, last hit, so Ned obviously saying the stage was not the problem. I can do it. Let's go.
Like, look at that little sequence right there. Dodges the up air, perfectly times that, and then also repositions himself to land on the platform afterwards too. Just such good positioning.
Great run up grab from
Yep.
Fatality, but Ned
I'm getting so little off of these down throws most of the time.
Captain the landing with the forward tilt. These two just scrapping back and forth right now. Damage trading.
Yep,
all the time.
that's such a good whiff punish. And Cisco, to be honest, I'm not sure. Maybe it is even. I've been feeling a little more optimistic about Falcon recently.
Able to break out of the jab there.
Plus, after playing this matchup more, it really doesn't feel... I don't know. I'm just not sure. I'll talk about something I talked about earlier real quick. It goes along the lines of the same reason I dropped Pyra Mithra. After talking with Andrique, the top Mexican Falcon who plays Maestro all the time, he thinks that Game & Watch is a very winnable matchup, basically. And if that's the case, then that means Falcon doesn't have any -2 matchups, because I don't think he had any others, other than arguably Game & Watch, right? And if we only have -1 matchups at worst, which are all very winnable at top level, then what that means is that all my problems are solved by just getting better. So at that point, if a matchup is even-ish or slight a character or maybe slightly more bad but still not -2, does it really matter? Because my plan is the same regardless, and that's to just get better at the matchups and just get better in general. My solution doesn't change if there's no need for me to have a secondary, you know? So whether it's like 0.5, -0.5 or -1 or arguably even, it doesn't really matter. All that matters going forward is knowing what I need to do to win. It doesn't matter if it's 0.5 or -1, arguably even or whatever. All that matters is figuring out what I need to do to win and doing it. That's all that matters. I'm really starting to believe that top 10 in the world is possible with solo Falcon, so I'm going to try to do that. I've got work to do. Yep, I'm done with any secondaries. It's just Falcon from here on out, Penguin. All Falcon all the way, baby.
36% found before the fact, though, and that is going to be the back throw turnaround fair.
That was so scary.
That's the Optus slash that he wanted. Doesn't get the KO.
God, Ned's stage control this game was so good.
Ooh, great uncharged upbeat
To wall out Fatality. Gets the late knee and doesn't go for Optus slash.
Spaghetti.
That's not enough distance to make that back.
That's such an unfortunate mistake from him.
For Fatality.
He like slightly misjudged it.
Okay, so we have just been informed that's actually really good information.
God, I love this sequence.
Okay, so we have just been informed that's actually really good
DLC moment. If Seph didn't get his wing back, he was dead. Damn it.
And from there, he can party.
He is going to be able to get that
Oh, that was so close.
Those
Those Octo Slash edge guards Ned goes for are so scary.
pressure coming out from Fatality. He is not remotely deterred. He still wants to swing and get this KO as early as he can.
Looks for the tech roll out, and Ned is ready for it. He's going to be chasing Fatality.
Oh my god.
Tries for the
That was so close. I would have probably died there. Because I would have been far enough off stage where covering what options I had left would be easy.
One of the things that soon maybe.
Great dash attack from Fatality puts Ned high.
That was
and he's
so
not ready
nuts.
to check it. Great dash attack from Fatality puts Ned high, but he goes and he's not ready to check it. Fatality does not check
The mid-set pop-off.
steals away the game.
That's how you know this man was feeling the heat.
Caught the jump.
Good up throw slash back to the stage.
That was such good DI in the up air. He just did not let me get that.
I think it will.
After that fantastic comeback, and now
Yeah.
the cards are all in his favor.
That was such a good read when he expected the jab up B. I think me versus Quid Grand Finals could have very realistically happened if I beat Cola.
Not gonna find his mark.
That should have been stuck.
Not gonna find his
I could have done charged forward smash and killed him. This game didn't. I could have made it easier for myself. That was just a nerves moment. It's so easy to make slightly imperfect decisions when you're playing such a high stress set. This was a very stressful set for both of us. Oh yeah, brother Zeke. My diner avoidance is some of the best. You have to be really good at avoiding with Falcon. Because Falcon, I see his recovery as being kind of like Melee Fox's recovery, where you have all the tools in the world, but if they read you once, you usually just die. I'm just really good at reading how people are going to try and edge guard me.
He does so successfully. A great F throw for a DI mix up, and he follows it up with a grab down throw dash attack.
This 0 to death is so cool.
On the ledge, the up airs are coming through in full force, and what is this from Fatality?
That stock is the equivalent of sometimes you just gotta let your nuts hang. Catch the jump, catch the falling jump, catch him again, die. That's, dude, the production this tournament was sick. Honestly, this tournament just in general is sick. I hung out with really great people, had a great time. Yeah. Ned too smart. He's not gonna let me day one him. Oh my god, that was so good. He knew I was gonna try and edge guard him, and he's like, nah. That up air is such a terrible option to go for unless you're confident they're gonna try and edge guard you there, and he just knew. This sequence though, 66.
Going to be looking for any sort of startup option that he can use to combo. Gets the down throw, tries to force out the air dodge.
Almost there.
But now Ned has wing at his disposal. The up air back up onto the stage is going to find its mark as well.
Tries to go for a jab lock right there with the jab on the knockdown.
Oh my god.
Landing with the forward tilt. It's so close for both these players.
Ned trying to force Fatality a little bit too far out.
And here's where it comes.
Ned trying to force Fatality a little bit too far out. The up B meets.
The moment I saw this jump, I knew I won the set. Because earlier on in the set, he would do this thing where he would jump here and then use his second jump, his second available jump with wing to get back onto here, do an empty landing, and to some kind of defensive option to avoid things I'd go for. So the moment I saw him jump at that particular spacing, I knew he was going to jump here. Knew it. And that's why I go for the back air, because I let him get away with it earlier in the set. Because I didn't necessarily have any particularly good way of punishing it. I was like, if I punish that jump here, I don't really get anything. I'll wait till later until I get something better. And I think a set-winning back air is, a better moment to finally punish him for something.
Ned, he's off stage, and
GG.
Fatality finds the back air, pops off, makes top 8, and let's make big moves.
Also, can we just say that I have good pop-offs?